1. This country home in England may be gorgeous, but it also has a dark past. The mysterious brown lady, rumored to be Lady Dorothy Walpole, was reported to be one of Raynham Hall's apparitions captured on film in the December 1936 edition of Country Life. Guests can visit the home on open days throughout the year. 2. Poveglia, Venice, Italy. A short trip from Venice, the beautiful island of Poveglia was once a quarantine zone for people suffering from the plague. In addition, the island was used as a psychiatric hospital in the early 20th century. Ghost hunters claim this spot is now a hotbed of paranormal activity. 200 miles from Delhi, this abandoned fortress sticks out in the middle of the wilderness. Legend has it that a sorcerer cast a curse on the area after being rejected by a local princess. Guests can still visit the fort's impressive ruins today. 4. Ancient Ram Inn, Watton-under-Edge, England. This 12th century inn is one of the oldest in the Western world. It is believed to have once been a pagan burial ground, and is now haunted by more than 20 spirits, including ghost children and a monk. Fearless travelers can book a ghost hunt at the inn in hopes of experiencing the spirits themselves. 5. Port Arthur, Australia. There are many spooky tours around Port Arthur to satisfy worldly ghost hunters. The Tasmanian town is filled with reports of paranormal activity, which makes sense, given its creepy past. The spot originally served as a penal colony in the 19th century, where prisoners were forced to endure solitary confinement and mandatory church services to correct bad behavior. We imagine more than a few souls are finding it hard to rest after all that. 6. The Queen Mary, Long Beach, California. This beautiful ocean liner spent 30 years at sea before permanently docking in Long Beach and becoming a tourist attraction. During her tenure, the ship logged more than 50 deaths, which makes her reputation as a haunted vessel even more believable. 7. Burg Wolfsegg, Germany. Burg Wolfsegg Castle, Germany. This 800-year-old castle in the municipality of Wolfsegg, Germany, is apparently haunted by a woman who scares off any visitors who pass. She is rumored to be the ghost of Clara von Helfenstein, who was reportedly murdered by her jealous husband. The castle is open for visitors on weekends and holidays from May through early October. 8. Lizzie Borden House, Fall River, Massachusetts. Lizzie Borden, Fall River. This allegedly haunted bed and breakfast is the site of a gruesome and highly publicized murder. Although she was eventually acquitted, Lizzie Borden was suspected of killing her father and stepmother with a hatchet in the unassuming home in 1892. Since then, guests have reported all kinds of strange sightings in the house. Ghost tours and overnight stays are available for intrepid travelers who want to experience the notorious residence for themselves. 9. Casa Loma, Toronto, Canada. Completed in 1914, this Gothic Revival-style house is filled with corridors and secret passageways. Tales of ghosts have been whispered around the property for decades, and you can still take a tour of it today. The home hosts several events throughout the year, and there are 2 restaurants on the grounds in case you're more scared of hunger pangs than ghosts. 10. Château de Brissac, Brissac-Quince, France. This towering building is famously known as the place where Charlotte de Brise was murdered. According to legend, Charlotte, the illegitimate daughter of King Charles VII, was killed by her husband after discovering she was having an affair. Visitors claim to have seen a green lady, named for the color of her dress, roaming the halls. You can visit the stately castle to try to spot her yourself, but honestly, the stunning architecture alone is worth the trip. 11. The Stanley Hotel, Estes Park, Colorado. This famous Rocky Mountain destination is known as one of the inspirations for Stephen King's The Shining, but it also has its own spooky past. Allegedly, staff members have encountered ghosts like the maid from room 217, who is known to pack away guests' clothing when they aren't looking. The hotel now offers 4 different styles of accommodations, and it's a great home base if you want to explore Rocky Mountain National Park. 12. Fairmont Banff Springs, Canada. Ever since it was completed in 1888, this hotel has been associated with paranormal activity. One of the most famous legends is of the Ghost Bride, a woman who reportedly awaits people in the hotel ballroom. The Postcard Perfect Hotel continues to welcome guests to the heart of Banff National Park. 13. St. Augustine Lighthouse, St. Augustine, Florida. This lighthouse became infamous during the Civil War when the light was removed to disrupt Union shipping, just part of the structure's long, and sometimes tragic, history. However, visitors have reported seeing the ghost of a lighthouse keeper there who is always quite friendly. During your next trip to St. Augustine, you can visit the site during the day, or take a ghost tour at night. 14. One if by land, two if by sea, New York, New York. One if by land, two if by sea, New York restaurant. Courtesy of One if by land, two if by sea. This West Village establishment is a New York City treasure, but some of the guests who frequent it may not be totally of this plane. The restaurant was once the carriage house of Aaron Burr, and it is rumored that his ghost still haunts the place. 15. Tower of London, England. Many historic people have claimed the Tower of London as their final resting place. The infamous fortress has been steeped in tragedy for over 900 years, and it's home to many ghostly sightings of English royalty, including Anne Boleyn and Arbella Stewart, cousin to Elizabeth I. This tower is a must for anyone visiting London, but ghost hunters will also want to look out for any apparitions during their visit. 16. Dock Street Theater, Charleston, South Carolina. Originally built as a hotel in 1809 and converted to a theater in 1935, this French Quarter site continues to stage musicals and plays today. The theater also has a bit of horror lurking behind its walls. Patrons have claimed to see ghosts up in the rafters and apparitions on the stage. 17. Tao Dan Park, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Over 24 acres of gardens make Tao Dan Park look like a paradise, but at night, locals have reported that the space takes on a different feel. Rumors say that the ghost of a young man who was killed in an attack still wanders the park, looking for his lost love. 18. The Old Vicarage, Borgvadenet, Sweden. Borgvadenet is a small village in northern Sweden, known for having one of the most haunted houses in the country, the Old Vicarage. Inhabitants of the home have reported multiple sightings, including a lady in gray, as well as unexplained sounds and moving objects. The house now serves as an inn and restaurant. 19. Winchester Mystery House, San Jose, California. After the death of her husband, rifle magnate William Wirt Winchester, Sarah Winchester commissioned this dizzying labyrinth of a house in order to stay safe from vengeful spirits killed by her husband's guns. The home has 7 stories, 160 rooms, 10,000 panes of glass, and 47 stairways, some of which go nowhere at all. There are several house tours available, including a spooky walk with spirits tour. 20. The Driskill, Austin, Texas. Many big-name celebrities have stayed at this old hotel since 1886, but few are as famous as the ghosts haunting the hallways. One of the most notorious tales surrounding the property includes 2 honeymooning women who took their own lives in the same room 20 years apart. The downtown Austin Hotel still welcomes guests today. 21. Akershus Fortress, Norway. Akershus Festning Fortress, Norway. This medieval castle served as a defensive stronghold for the city of Oslo, and it is rumored to be the most haunted place in Norway. The most popular sightings include a demon dog named Malkanisen, who is said to guard the gates to the castle, and the ghost of a woman with no facial features. It's free to visit the castle, so ghost-chasing travelers will definitely want to check it out when they're in Oslo. 22. Castle of Good Hope, Cape Town, South Africa. Castle of Good Hope, Cape Town, South. This giant fortress originally served as a replenishment station for ships in the Dutch East India Company. Some of the most famous ghosts to wander the grounds include a tall man seen walking the ramparts and a gray lady seen crying in the halls. Visitors are welcome to tour the fortress and learn more about South African history. 23. The Catacombs of Paris, France. Long hallway lined with skulls in the Paris catacombs. Christopher Larson / Travel Plus Leisure. The Paris catacombs are truly spooky, with the remains of more than 6 million people located in the underground tunnels. You can tour some of the tunnels today, but be warned, as they're not for the faint of heart. 24. Edinburgh Castle, Scotland. This 11th century fortress has seen a lot of action over the years. Many different eerie experiences have been reported, including unexplained music echoing through the halls. Some guests believe the music is from the ghost of a piper who died in the castle. Be sure to tour the castle on your next trip to Scotland's capital city. 25. Forbidden City, Beijing. Many people would not assume the Forbidden City, located in the center of modern Beijing, is haunted, but ghost hunters who are interested in local lore know better. One apparition that was first reported in the 1940s is of a woman in white who can be heard sobbing in the halls of the palace. The impressive Forbidden City is a must-visit for travelers in Beijing, whether or not you believe in ghosts. 26. Hoia Basia Forest, Cluj-Napoca, Romania. Image of the Hoia Basia Forest, one of the most haunted forests in the world. This spot in northwestern Romania is considered the most haunted forest in the world. Visitors often report intense feelings of anxiety and the sense of being watched while traveling amongst the trees. Some of the most common sightings include ghosts, unexplained apparitions, faces appearing in photographs that were not visible to the naked eye, and even some UFOs. 27. Kehoe House, Savannah. This beautiful home was completed in 1892 by William and Anne Kehoe, who lived in the house with their 10 children. Since the home was turned into a bed and breakfast, guests have noted mysterious sounds of children playing. Ghost chasing guests visiting Savannah, a notoriously haunted city, might want to make this hotel their home base. 28. Gettysburg Battlefield, Pennsylvania. Gettysburg National Military Park, Pennsylvania. The Battle of Gettysburg was one of the bloodiest of the Civil War, so it's no wonder the area seems to be teeming with paranormal energy. Many visitors have reported seeing apparitions of Civil War soldiers wandering the fields, and you can take a ghost tour to learn more about the area's tragic history yourself. 29. Corvin Castle. If you're a fan of vampire lore, you're probably familiar with Vlad the Impaler, who famously inspired the title character in Bram Stoker's Dracula. The bloodthirsty ruler was kept prisoner in Corvin Castle in real life, where many strange sightings have been reported. You'll just have to plan a visit to see if the legends are true. 30. Lawang Sewu, Semarang, Indonesia. This former railway building and World War II prison is believed to be the most haunted place in Indonesia. Among the many ghosts that have been reported here, the most popular include a Dutch woman, headless spirits, and a kuntilanak, a female vampiric ghost in Malaysian and Indonesian mythology. Visitors can check out the historic building to see if they spot anything else out of